everybody. My name is Chef Joseph. Some of you might know me as Chipino. I'm here to demonstrate to you today how to cook a halibut, seafood halibut. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to encrust it in a roasted red pepper and roasted pistachio crust. So let's get started. Here we go. What I did was, before, what you don't see is, I went ahead and cleaned up the halibut and cut it into 6-ounce pieces. So our first step is going to be to encrust the halibut. So I'm going to go ahead and use 2 separate pieces, just so I can stack it on the plate, and you'll see that here in a little bit when I'm done our presentation. So what I'm going to do is just drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil, keeping one hand clean and one hand touching the seafood. And there is a back side and a front side. That's presentation side. Okay. Boom, there it is. So ahead of time, what I did was I took some pistachio nuts and I roasted them after I sprinkled them with a little bit of red chili powder. And I put them in the oven for about maybe 7 minutes or so. And then I blended them down. And this is what we came up with. Oh. Meanwhile, as I'm doing this, crusting them, I have my pan on a medium heat. Okay? Keeping one hand clean. I'm gonna press this in. I'm gonna press the crust into the halibut. Okay. Beautiful. Flipping it over. I'm only going to do one side. Very powerful little crust right there. As the pan is heating up, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. And then I'm going to go ahead and start pan searing the halibut. So, here we go. And this is extra virgin olive oil. I'm just gonna do a little touch, not too much. But you do want it at a nice heat, not a smoke point. Nice little heat. While the pan's getting hot, I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate a little garnish for this dish as well. What I'm gonna do is called a lemon crown. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna chop the ends. We're gonna go ahead and grab our paring knife, flip it on its side. We're just gonna do little triangles, so to speak. I'm also gonna dress this over a bed of lightly wilted white wine garlic spinach. You see this starting smoke point. Perfect. Maybe I can lower it just a touch because you don't want your nuts to burn either. Okay, here we go. And then as you cut it all the way across on the triangle, just come back and you rip it apart, and there you go. You clean it up a touch. So we got this halibut encrusted in our roasted red pepper and red chili, roasted pistachio and red chili crust. Look at that. Showing the love, baby. We're gonna sit back, we're gonna let that cook just a touch. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go ahead and fire this other pan so we can do our spinach. This dish, it can go well with seafood, or with a salad. Oh yeah, it can go well with a salad, or it could just go well as an entree as well. So what we're gonna do is gently flip it over. And like I said, these are gonna cook quick for the simple fact that I did cut them thin, and I cut them on a nice little batter. Okay. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start the spinach. I also will use a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. And actually I want this one a little hotter than I did the seafood, only because I want to lightly and quickly wilt the spinach. So I add just a touch of fresh garlic, minced. Okay. Always keeping an eye on that heat. Wouldn't hurt to add a little bit of white wine, box wine's fine, or whatever. Here's my theory. If you can drink it, you can cook with it. There you go. We don't want to set out those smoke detectors, huh? There you go. Okay. We're going to push this aside. I go by touch. Some people, there's a little theory in my eyes. Open hand, rare, pulls it slightly, medium, pulls it hard all the way, make a fist, is well done. I'm not looking for the well done. What I'm looking for is a medium. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut this off, and the residual heat will finish cooking. What we don't want to do on this garlic is to burn it, because what it's gonna do is gonna cause a nasty, bitter flavor taste. So we got the garlic right where we want it. I want to go ahead and add some spinach, and this is gonna go rather quick. So I'll set up my plate. A little bit of seasoning. This is what I call an all-purpose seasoning. Has a little bit of salt, a little bit of coarse grind black pepper. It also has a little bit of garlic powder, onion powder / mustard powder. And that's my all-purpose. I've been living with that for a little while. Okay, so all I'm looking for, I don't want to turn it to mush. So we got the garlic in there, we got the spinach in there, and then we're gonna come back with a little bit of white wine. Measurement, yeah, that goes on you. You know, I'd say that's done. That's all quick. Go ahead and kill the fire. A little more seasoning. Let's pan this bad boy up. I've also made an herb oil. What this consists of is some chives, some rosemary, and some parsley, and I infused it with olive oil and blended the whole shebang. This is gonna be my sauce / garnish. So you just come back and you just show it a little bit of love like that. And that's okay if you get a little excess. And I'm looking for a height here. Some of that juice, you want it. Here at the Alto, we look for presentation. Bring it up high. Okay. Come back, and we'll start with the fish. I'll push this one. And one this way. Okay. Come back and just drizzle just a touch of oil all over. And then what we do is we just do a little garnier of oil and a little drizzle over there as well. Well, this is the entree that we have created for you. And like I said, this is a encrusted halibut with roasted red chilies and pistachio with that herb oil. And hope you enjoy. Okay, folks. So now that the entree's done, what we're gonna do now is a bread pudding with craisins. I also added a little bit of orange zest. I use day-old bread on this one because that's how Mom taught me, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna make a nice bourbon anglaise sauce, which is just almost like a custard, but I add bourbon to it. So let's start with the anglaise sauce first because that's what's gonna take the longest. So first thing that we wanna do is we wanna add a little bit of vanilla. Oh, that's not vanilla, that's the bourbon. So we want to add just a touch of vanilla and some milk. I did about 2 cups of milk here. Okay. So what we want there is to let it come up to a small boil. Using our whisk, we just want to mix it up a touch. Let that come to it up to temperature. Second, we're going to go ahead and make the custard for the bread pudding. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add some eggs, which I also have here. And we're going to whisk the sugar in as well. Add some sugar, a little bit of milk. I use the bread cap, which is whole milk. Just making a custard. We're going to slowly bring it up to a boil. Okay. Also, we're going to add a little bit of vanilla extract as well. I took day-old bread, which I have here, cut it up in big blocks. The bigger the block, I believe, the more flavor it holds and the better the texture. I'm going to go ahead and soak my bread into this for at least 2-3 hours, and then I'll go ahead and bake it at about 350 for about 34 minutes or so. So my custard's going. Add just a touch of sugar. There we go. Oh yeah. Also inside of this bread pudding custard, I have some cinnamon, ground, a little bit of nutmeg. There's a few ways you can dish this up. What we can do is, let's just say this sat for the last 2 hours. What we want to do is come back, scoop it up, do a nice heaping little spoon there, and we can bake these individually. Ooh, for 30 minutes, 20 minutes. You have to check on it. Let them cool down just a touch before you indulge. Okay. You should notice I didn't take my eyes off this sauce. We'll put this in the oven and we'll let this cook for 30 minutes or so. As it comes out, it'll set and form. Now we're gonna finish up with the sauce. And actually, what I did here was I made a pre-sauce, just so you can see exactly what I'm doing. I mean, look at that! Oh my God, that came out gorgeous. Turn a little bit lower. Easy now. I don't want to scorch it. Don't scorch it. Scorch it. You start from scratch. With this Anglaise sauce, what you want to do is you want to strain it. It's almost there. Here's the final product. Oh, look at that. Jesus, cut it out. Okay, here we go. So, shut it off. Come back. And I got a China cap will probably be most best for this job. This is or a chinois will be best. This is a China cap. A chinois has the fine mesh, which pulls out any impurities. What I did was ahead of time, I baked this bread pudding for the 30-40 minutes, and when it's all said and done, ladies and gentlemen, it came out something like this. And I don't know how big of a serving you want to serve, but for me, I'm a bread pudding kind of guy. I'm gonna grab my ladle. I'm just gonna put a little bit on the bottom to start with. Oh, look at that. Okay. And we'll come back. And we'll top it off with just a touch of sauce. You better shut the front door, ladies and gentlemen. What we have here is a good old-fashioned bread pudding with cranberries, bourbon bread pudding with cranberries, and a bourbon Anglaise sauce. From our house to your house, Merry Christmas. We appreciate you and thank you very much, and God bless. Have a good day. And that's ready to be eaten.